Hello, friends. Today we are taking a slightly different path because we're talking about China. And, friends, you know that very little information trickled down from China outside its border. But we'll try our best. Is the People Liberation Army, which also stands for PLA, turning on itself? As of January 2026, rumors of a massive internal rift and even an attempted coup in Beijing have set the internet on fire. But what is the actual truth behind the headlines? Let us explore this further. The question on everybody's mind is basically echoing from the intelligence agencies to the kitchen table around the world, and that is about China. Is China imploding? Are we witnessing the beginning of a genuine civil war within the People's Liberation Army? The headlines are screaming, the rumors are flying, and tonight or today morning we are going to cut through the noise and reveal what we truly know so far. As you know, friends, very little information comes out of the communist China. They are not democratic at all. For weeks, whispers have been circulating through Beijing's elite corridor, whispers of dissent, of the power struggle, of military machine designed for global dominance, now seemingly turning into a formidable might inwards. And as of today, which is January 26, 2026, those whispers are escalating into undeniable facts. The most significant and frankly earth shattering development occurred just 2 days ago on January 24th, 2026. China's Central Military Commission and the very heart of the PLA's power structure confirmed the investigation and subsequent removal of General Zhang. I'm trying to read his last name, Yuxia. I hope I have done justice to reading his last name. For those unfamiliar, Zhang Yuxia was no ordinary general. He was a vice chairman of the CMC, a close confidant of Xi Jinping, and widely considered one of the most powerful military figures in China, second only to Xi himself. Think of it this way. This isn't just a reshuffle. This is like the US removing its chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff overnight without clear explanation. It sends a seismic shockwave through the entire command structure, and the Zhang Yuxia isn't alone. Unconfirmed but highly credible reports suggest that the General Louis Zinelli, another top military leader and a key figure in the Taiwan invasion planning, has also been detained or under severe scrutiny. Now let's address more sensational claims. For the past 72 hours, social media, particularly outside of the China's Great Firewall, has been abuzz with unverified reports. First, troop movements around movements frozen around Beijing. That is point number one. Point number two, nighttime detention of senior officers. Point number three, PLA units clashing outside major cities. These are the elements that fuel the civil war narratives. While we must exercise extreme caution with unconfirmed report, the sheer volume and consistency of these claims, coupled with verifiable purges, paint a disturbing picture. It indicates a level of internal disruption within the PLA that we haven't seen in decades. What we can say with certainty is that Beijing is currently under an extraordinary level of internal security. Whether that's to contain a genuine infighting or to simply prevent information from leaking about Xi Jinping unprecedented power consolidation remains a crucial question so far. This isn't the first time that Xi Jinping has purged high ranking officers. His anti-corruption campaign, which began shortly after he came to power, was widely seen as a tool to eliminate political rivals and solidify his authority. But this current round feels different. This is happening at a time when China is projecting global strength, when its economy is facing significant headwinds, and when its ambitions for Taiwan are at all time high. The timing is critical. Removing two of the military most experienced and powerful leaders, just as the 2027 world-class military deadline approaches, and against the backdrop of the heightened tension with Taiwan, is not a sign of stability. It's a sign of a deeply rooted problem. Either Xi Jinping is rooting out a genuine traitor attempting a coup, or he is so paranoid about potential threat to his authority that he is willing to destabilize his entire military command. Both scenarios are deeply concerning for global stability. Across the Taiwan Strait, authorities in Taipei are watching with bated breath. Taiwan's defense ministry has officially stated they are observing abnormal activities within the PLA. This means they are seeing intelligence that suggests significant internal disarray. For Taiwan's, this could be interrupted in two ways. Interpreted in two ways. A window of opportunity, which is if the PLA is truly fractured, it might reduce the immediate threat of an invasion. Number two, increased unpredictability. A desperate or an unstable regime in Beijing could act erratically, potentially even lashing out to unify its internal factions against a common external enemy. The implications for Taiwan and indeed for the entire Indo Pacific region are enormous. A weakened or internally divided PLA is a wild card that could either de escalate or dangerously accelerate regional tension. So, to return to our initial question, is this civil war going on in China? Is the PLA fighting the PLA? The official line from the Beijing, of course, is silence, or that these are routine anti-corruption measures. But the evidence accumulating paints a far more dramatic picture. While we do not have confirmed reports of widespread open combat between factions of the PLA, what we do have is undeniable proof of a massive purge at the highest level of military command. This, combined with the credible report of heightened security in Beijing and the abnormal activity observed by Taiwan, suggests a profound internal crisis. It may not be a conventional civil war with tanks battling on the street, but it is undoubtedly a ruthless power struggle, a violent internal cleansing that could reshape the future of China and its place in the world. Xi Jinping is consolidating power in a way that risks fragmenting the very institution he relies on to enforce his will. The coming days and the weeks will be very critical, and the world will be watching. Further official announcements from the Beijing regarding military appointment or investigations are awaited. There are several other issues that we need to watchful of. That is, increase or decrease PLA activities around the Taiwan Strait and other sensitive regions like Indian border. And lastly, any further leaks or credible reports from within the China. The silence from Beijing is deafening, and that silence, a story of immense power, betrayal, and potential implosion is unfolding. This is not just a domestic issue for China, it's a global concern that demands our utmost attention, especially when, India is just around the corner. So, friends, what do you think is truly happening inside the PLA? Is this a necessary purge for Xi Jinping, or a dangerous unraveling of the Chinese military? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and we will continue to be watchful, bring you update as and when we hear on the internet, because situation is very fluid and critical, and very little information flows out of China. So, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again in the next one.